All right, you think the Warriors could actually lose the series?
No. I don't think anything happened last night other than Andre Iguodala didn't play. They didn't have their Hampton Fives lineup. They were a little bit off, and they lost the game. I thought that James Harden was effective offensively in the first half, then was garbage in the second half offensively. Chris Paul was great in the second half, but the rest of these guys, Eric Gordon, made 1 3, 1 of 8 from 3. Capella is a MIA in this series. Houston got lucky last night, and real lucky Steph missed that shot.
Well, I think here's the thing. Even last night within the game, there were 4 different games. Every quarter was decided by 9 points or more. First quarter, blowout Golden State. Second quarter, Houston dominates. Third quarter, Warriors dominate. Fourth quarter, Rockets dominate. This series is all over the map. The difference is, here's where nothing's changed. Golden State's still got more good players. Now, do I think it's a math equation? If I'm Golden State, I'd rather not have 2 of the next 3 on the road. But even within the game last night, you got 4 games. And my takeaway on this is I'll still take the dynasty and the 4 potential Hall of Famers over the 2 potential Hall of Famers. So I like Golden State still.
I like Houston if Andre Iguodala is not playing, because Andre is the big part of their team. He's their playmaker. He's their quarterback. He's their defensive juggernaut. They become a normal defensive team where you have one elite defender, and that guy has to chase around the best player. But with Andre, it gives them a different dynamic. You have Clay and Andre. So now, with all their switches, they can run pick and roll, and they can run different sets to get the switch and pick on the bad defensive guy now. More bad defensive guys to pick on. So defensively, they don't have that edge that they normally have. And then guys are not getting easy shots, and guys are not getting settled down, and guys are not getting positions to win without him on the floor, without his presence there, period. It's going to be a different series if he can't go out there and suit up and be able to help them on the court.
He was noticeable in the fourth quarter. It was noticeable they didn't have Andre Iguodala.
Smartest guy on the team.
To answer the question, do I think they will lose? They could, but they're not. They could lose. It's a possibility they could lose this series, but they're not. The thing is, will they have Houston played desperate last night.
Yes.
And you could see it in their defensive intensity, but they still gave up wide open shots as well as great of a defensive game that everybody thought they played. Golden State missed a lot of wide open shots. And in that fourth quarter, you look at it, they went 0 for 6 from 3, Golden State, 3 of 18. It's a make-miss league. That's what everybody says all the time, right? And that's what happened. Houston made their shots when Golden State didn't make their shots. Golden State turned the ball over 4 times in the fourth quarter. Houston took care of the basketball in the fourth quarter with only 1 turnover. My area of concern is, to hit on your point, Andre Iguodala, his health, but also Klay Thompson's health. He was a little gimpy there last night.
He didn't play well at all.
So we got to see is he going to be healthy now. If those 2 guys aren't playing, now the tides have turned a little bit. The tables have turned. You don't have 4 guys out there. You have 3 scorers now. And Andre Iguodala, both of your best defensive players, they're not in the building. But they're not going to lose, I'm saying.
So part of the game you're playing in the playoffs too is health. Health is a big part. It's talent and rotations and adjustments. Health is a big part. And if you have Clay and Andre not up to par or possibly not participating, and Steph, who's still probably not healthy, but he's still out there having big quarters, that's going to be tough for them. I think Houston did a good job of weathering their storm. Their big third quarter team was a 17-point shift in that third quarter, and they didn't take good shots within that quarter. Houston just got up shots and let a quarter go by, but they weathered the storm and came back and fought.
I just don't think much happened last night. Iggy didn't play, and wake me up the next time Kevin Durant plays that bad in the fourth quarter in these playoffs.
The whole team, though. Nobody can make a shot. And they only made 3 shots
but ask
in the fourth quarter.
yourself this. We've seen this with the Cavs and the Celtics. Mm-hmm. The last game affects the next game's performance. The Warriors came off a 41-point win and led 12-0. Some of it was Houston called a timeout and, changed. I mean, the Warriors' last 4.5 quarters against Houston, they were crushing them.
If you were to tell me that Golden State went into the fourth quarter with a 10-point, you could basically book that. They were up 10 points going into the fourth quarter. You could book it. Golden State's going to win that game.
But the only team to beat them doing that was the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, but it's make or miss shots. And it was 2 opportunities. Clay had a shot in the corner late in the game, missed a wide-open shot.
Yep.
Steph had one on the wing, missed a wide-open shot. If either one of those shots go down, it's a tie game. And going into overtime, I'm taking Golden State all day, every day. Because Kevin Durant, and again, Kevin Durant he deferred last night. He wasn't aggressive. I thought that last play, Steve Kerr was trying to call a timeout. Draymond was kind of trying to call a timeout. It was a few coaching blunders late in that game.
Whitlock, you more confident in LeBron tonight or the Celtics' home court edge?
I'm more confident in LeBron James. I think that, again, I said it yesterday, they've let the monster out, and I don't think you're going to get him back in his cage until this is over. I think the kids had their fun. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, it was fun while it lasted. I think LeBron puts such a mental toll on you. He's smarter than you. He's more physical than you. He's more athletic than you, even at age 33, 34. It's been a nice little story. I expect Cleveland to win comfortably tonight.
Yeah, I wish I had that confidence. I have no idea. Vegas doesn't have any. Vegas is like 1 point spread. Vegas doesn't know. Young people and young teams are unpredictable. How do I know Boston's not going to be great at home again? They're winning by, what are they? 9-0 in the playoffs at home, winning by 11.5 a game. They may be great. Every time I watch them at home, they're great.
The facts are for the rest of the series, it's a 3-game series. You have LeBron James. You're probably the worst road team in the playoffs right now. And LeBron has won, one game on at an opposing arena, 25 consecutive Eastern Conference series. So do you have confidence that these Celtics can beat him 4 times in your building? No. Especially when he's figured out how to win in this series. And it's not an offensive end. It's not his scoring. It's not his assist making. It's his attention to detail on defense. I think he's put together some maybe great defensive games by just paying attention to his responsibilities and making energy and effort plays. He has to score. He's scoring 40 and 30. But what he is doing, he's leading his team on a defensive end by getting the loose balls, by rotating, by being in the right spot, by setting the tone defensively and being an example for his teammates. And after that, everybody follows, and they put together defensive shows of what their capability of doing, and that's winning games on the defensive end. And right now, once they keep that on both sides of the ball, they can be a little bit unstoppable. But once they put great defensive games together, then shots go in and guys have confidence in different areas. And you get all these different outputs by J.R. Smith, who when he scores over 10 points, they win. But he gets his confidence from defense. And Tristan right now doing a great job on Al Horford and switching on Smalls. Like that consistent defensive pressure is what's going to help them win at least one game in their building.
I got to disagree. And let's go to LeBron getting out of the cage, Whitlock. In Game 2, he had 42, 12, and 10, and they lost by double digits. This is a Cavs team that has been Jekyll and Hyde on the road, okay? We've seen them lay eggs in Boston, and I just feel like the Boston Celtics' identity is defense and playing at home. We got to protect home court. And they're going to go home tonight. You're going to see them lock up Kyle Korver. You're not going to see J.R. Smith get his three-point shots. You're not going to see Kevin Love get loose. Brad Stevens, a week ago, Brad Stevens was the best coach in the NBA? And now he's chopped liver because they lose 2 games on the road? This is a team, guys, at home. The Cavs could not top 95 points in Boston. They go on the road. They score 116, 111. I love Boston at home. I take them tonight, even though they're a small underdog, right?
But you don't love Cleveland, right?
No, and
so you
but
think...
No. I take that back. I love LeBron in this spot.
Okay, but you don't love the Cavs roster because LeBron can't do it alone.
It's a different game now.
But he's not going to do it alone because LeBron, what Dante's talking about in terms of him giving energy to everybody else, that has been activated. I think the first 2 games, Boston on a high, and look, Brad Stevens is still a tremendous coach, and Boston's still a tremendous young team. But at some point, that youthful energy, LeBron extinguishes it, and now you need grown folks out there with him. You need Kyrie and Gordon Hayward out there with him. That's where the series is moving.
Didn't you think he did that in Game 2 when he had 21 points in the first quarter? You're like, oh, this is it. LeBron's got it.
But that blow he took and when he went off the floor, that was different. This is a different part of the series, and the length of a series sometimes can weigh on you. The first 2 games of the series was the energy and excitement of a new series. We're playing LeBron. We possibly go to the finals. Yeah, you won those 2 games, but then you went on the road and lost 2 tough games and got dogged, and then now you have to take that and try to create some energy at home. I think that is the length of this and the longevity of the series is what's going to wear a toll on a young team who have guys who don't have that past success to reach back onto and say, you know what, we can do this because we did this before. I think that helps.
Before we move on, did the Cavaliers approve this Boston outfit you have?
No kidding. Holy,
heavy
green with the logo behind you.